Good evening, I'm Beverly Brooks. Brake problems are now at the center of the Toyota controversy. There are new concerns tonight about the brakes on the Toyota Prius as the company tries to reassure owners and the government that its new gas pedal will work. More than 100 reports that the brakes on its new Prius hybrid don't work tonight. The company is investigating. Meanwhile, Toyota promises to repair the gas pedal. However, the government is not so sure. Transportation officials are still investigating whether electronic system failure or interference might cause the accelerator to stick. The U.S. Transportation Secretary is advising Toyota owners affected by the recall to get their cars repaired as soon as possible. According to Toyota's corporate office, dealers have received instruction manuals to fix the recalled vehicles, but some have yet to receive the necessary parts. 12 News reporter Liz McKernan joins us to explain what Southeast Texas dealers are doing at this point. Liz? All right, thank you, Liz. And Toyota is also saying if anyone is experiencing both accelerator issues, they will take care of them at the same time customers turn in their vehicles for repairs. Narcotic surveillance paid off today big time. A big drug bust went down today right on I-10 near Walden Road, bringing in thousands of dollars in cocaine. 1 pound of cocaine was found in plain view inside this car. 3 people were arrested in connection with the drug deal. Officers busted after 11 this morning. DEA and the Jefferson County Sheriff's officers set up surveillance at a truck stop based on a tip. Narcotics officers said it's not usual to bust large amounts of cocaine, but they're working hard to catch anyone they can who traffics drugs in the area. Watch your belongings closely. Lots of items are being stolen from cars in Beaumont. Beaumont officer Randy Stevens compiled this map showing how widespread auto burglary is in the city. Thieves are not taking vehicles, just the items inside, like stereos and other valuables. In fact, a 12 News photographer had his car broken into recently. The Beaumont Police Department is recommending that motorists park in well-lit areas, lock all car doors, and hide valuables. A broad range of items have been stolen from cars, like purses and GPS systems. Nearly $4 million is used to spruce up Christus. Hospital officials showed off the new look and expansion, promising to make service better for patients. St. Elizabeth is excited about the new separate entrances for ambulances and faster patient assessment. There are also new kid-friendly waiting rooms. Okay, here's another reason to carry car insurance. Since a towing ordinance in Beaumont took effect last summer, drivers who have no insurance will have their car towed. So far, it's happened to 300 drivers. The cost of the tow, $165 plus a storage fee, and it seems to be a deterrent to driving without insurance. Tow truck drivers say they have seen a decrease of uninsured drivers since that ordinance took effect. Horrible devastation in Central Florida tonight.
There is a state of emergency.
And John O'Connor has been in Lady Lake all day. That's one of the area's hardest hit. John, I'm sure it's been a heartbreaking day and night. What's the latest out there? John, is there enough shelter in place for all the people out there?
Yeah, there are several shelters.
Yeah, Fox 30's Mike Tolbert joins us now and had a chance to speak to a lot of folks whose lives were just literally turned upside down. Mike?
Well, the storms actually began right here in our viewing area last night.
Yeah, this time yesterday, tornado watches and warnings had been issued for parts of the area. Chief Meteorologist Mike Burris tracked the system from the beginning to the end, Mike. Thanks, Mike. And you may remember those devastating and deadly storms of '98, taking you back to February of that year. 5 twisters hit near Orlando over 2 days, killing 42 people and damaging or destroying about 2,600 homes and businesses. Trailers were tossed and cars were crushed by the trees. In Jacksonville, streets were flooded and there was hail and ripping wind in Baker County. And as Jack said, building codes are changing fast. Homes will continue getting safer, especially after Hurricanes Andrew and Katrina. Now, I did some research and found new state building codes include strapping mobile homes into the foundation more securely. Other homes will have new straps around the truss and the framework to keep the roofs from flying off in a storm. And Habitat for Humanity is ahead of the curve. They've been building homes with stronger reinforcement for several years now. If you'd like to make a donation and help the residents of Central Florida, you can call the American Red Cross. The number is right there, 358-8091, extension 1904, or just log on to fox30online.com and click on the links to send a gift over the web. Now here's the bottom line on that disaster from the deadly storms.
Governor Christ has declared a state of emergency for 4 Florida counties.
A bus stop bully goes too far and shoots an 8-year-old with a BB gun. Fox 30 was there when police rolled up.
We'll be right back.
We begin tonight with a Fox News alert. A man was hit and killed by a car while riding his bike.
It happened tonight on the west side. Jeff, thanks for that report.
Tonight, a grieving Jacksonville family has a lot of questions for the Navy after a sailor dies at sea.
Lakita James was on board the USS Baton.
A deadly string of explosions ripped through Iraq today, killing at least 90 people and wounding more than 190 others. The bombings happened during a 15-minute commemoration marking the year anniversary of the Shiite shrine bombing. The 2006 bombing is blamed for the eruption of sectarian violence between Shiite and Sunni Arabs over the past year. New at 10, the internet is changing our lives in ways we never imagined a few years ago.
That is for sure.
More news on Fox Now. Jessica Lunsford buried alive nearly 2 years ago. Now a jury will soon decide what happens to the man accused in that horrific crime. A Florida judge refused again today to delay the trial for John Cooey and then began questioning prospective jurors about their knowledge of the case. Jessica Lunsford was 9 years old when her body was found in March of 2005. She had been kidnapped, raped, and buried alive.
Leave that case.
Jury selection should take the rest of the week. If convicted, Cooey faces the death penalty. Jessica Lunsford's father is now spending a lifetime trying to prevent this type of thing from happening to other children. Yesterday, he gathered hundreds of bikes to speak out against child predators and to raise awareness about these kinds of crimes. They weren't even safe in their own homes. Fox 30 found 3 separate home invasion robberies in Jacksonville over the weekend, and we talked to one of the victims. Lacine, we aren't using her last name to protect her, says it was still dark out Sunday morning when she was loading up her car, which was parked outside of her West Side apartment. As she walked out of the home, a man wearing a bandana and carrying a gun demanded cash.
I'm afraid to go out in the...
Well, JSO says you always need to be on the lookout for suspicious people in your neighborhood. Never leave your garage door open or unattended. Don't get into the habit of leaving your curtains, drapes, and blinds open at night, and get rid of boxes for big-ticket items. All right, tell your boss you need a nap tonight while your employer might actually go for it. Have you ever felt guilty for taking a little nap on the job? Well, don't. In fact, you should try to get a bit of shut-eye. Thanks to a big new study showing a little nap time can do a lot for your heart. Fox's Trace Gallagher has the story.